Hello and welcome to the first episode of new chat series on innovations in Insurtech on CXO TV. This series aims to explore the latest trends and technologies in the Insurtech industry, shining a spotlight on companies and startups that are pushing boundaries and redefining the landscape. We will be hosting guest CXOs to share their extensive experience and unique perspectives to provide invaluable insights into the dynamic and ever-evolving world of Insurtech. Joining me today, our special guest, Mr. Bragadish Sureshkumar, Chief Technology Officer at Zopper Technology. Zopper is an insurance API infrastructure platform connecting insurance carriers with ecosystem partners. A very warm welcome, Bragadish.
Hey, good morning. Nice to be here.
Thank you. So, Bragadish, to kickstart, can you share with us some of the latest trends and technologies that you believe are reshaping the industry?
Sure. I think, before we talk about the trends, I just want to give a brief about the current landscape, right? With respect to the insurance, right now in India, if you see, the insurance penetration is about 4% range, right? It has potential to grow, even if you grow 7%, 8%, the opportunity is very immense, right? There are two trends that I would like to talk about. One is the business trends. The other one is the technology trends and how these two converge. On the business standpoint, we have our ecosystem partners, right? Our ecosystem partners are like bankers, financial institutions who are looking to digitize their insurance offering, right? Our insurance, distribution. When we talk about insurance distribution, they're not looking just for the technology to sell insurance, but also the entire life cycle of the insurance need to be digitized, setting the insurance and post policy, insurance servicing the customers, et cetera, et cetera. On the other side, the insurers themselves, right? They are, simplifying the legacy technology, make use of the emerging, new trends in terms of technology in AI, ML, or any of the, big data analytics solutions, or even, to an extent, blockchain, et cetera, right? So on one side, the need of the business trend, there is a trend on AI, ML, and big data analytics on the technology side. These two converge together, and there are a lot of interesting, use cases that we have seen in the market, right? I think, for example, with big data analytics, you can personalize insurance offerings. You can personalize the individual customers, the insurance needs for them, and using large language models in the AI ML, right? Interesting use cases are, shaping up, right? I think not just personalizing insurance using vast amount of customer data, the claims data, assessing the risk, factors and the claim history, et cetera. We can also streamline the, underwriting process, right? I think we can look at the risk assessment and, calculate the premiums, real time, or also do fraud detection as well, using these, large language models to analyze the claims data, identify the patterns that emerge from it, and then, also suggest new product recommendations, maybe, offer a cyber insurance that, applicable for, let's say, a small to medium business. I think a lot of trends are emerging, and there is this generative AI as well that actually is trending about, and I think it can be used to improve a lot of customer experience related use cases. Maybe a chatbot or a virtual assistant. Maybe in branch training. People because insurance assets is very complex to understand for regular normal sales executives. So maybe a generative AI can help in giving them more details and finer details about, the policies that they are, going to discuss with the customer, et cetera, et cetera. So a lot of interesting trends are emerging as of today.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much for, briefing about the existing trends, and it looks to be everything digital now, especially when generative AI has taken industries by storm. Though it is having both the ethical and unethical sides, we will talk about these later. So let me understand, we have talked about so many technologies. So what about Zopper? So as a Chief Technology Officer at Zopper, what innovative approaches have you integrated to drive the company's technological vision and business growth?
Sure. Zopper's vision is to democratize insurance distribution via technology. So technology plays an immense role in what we do, right? So we have built our products, evolved our technology to align the needs of our ecosystem partners. What that means is, we understand, we discuss with the partner, the ecosystem partner, understand the need, try and, implement a very tailor-made solution for them, right? Our recent focus has been to, quickly, build an aggregation platform for our partners, by digitizing their existing insurance relationship, right? They have existing relationship, they may be, working offline. We need to digitize the entire journey, for them, right? So, while doing this, I think what has emerged is, a SaaS-based product offering that, I think at Zopper we have built, digitizing this end-to-end, automating and streamlining the entire end-to-end insurance life cycle, right? Encompassing right from the lead generation, to managing leads, the sales journey, policy issuance, and, I think, post-policy services as well. I think all these are available as SaaS offerings, and we have also innovated in terms of, how do we deploy, because there are a lot of regulations and, compliance related that our partners need to satisfy. So we also have, made these offerings to be available in their in-house, like, on-premise, deployment. So, the customer data is with them, with the best of security that, they can have for, because, all these insurance data have, customer sensitive informations, the PI information that need to be safeguarded. So the technology that we build have, take all these factors into account and make sure that we give a very complete and holistic product offering to a market.
So what are those technologies that you have been using to adhere to the compliance and the security?
So I think when it comes to compliance, right, I think, what primarily we need to manage is to ensure the data, the customer data, the consent data, do we have the consent from the customer? Where did the lead get originated, right? All these need to be tracked. And, I think at the time of audits and, the compliance related, data is right there available for the customers. And it can be produced at any point in time. And with respect to security, I think we use the best-in-class security, encryption. Different organizations have different security requirements, their InfoSec requirements. So our platforms and systems have been, put through a very rigorous, InfoSec requirements that, across from various partners. And these platforms have evolved out of, comply with all of those requirements. So I think we have a very robust platform that is in place, taking care of both these aspects.
So with AI, you really think, is it possible to, have that kind of a strong security posture in the organization, and especially, companies like Insurtech or maybe anything which is related to BFSI, which is a highly regulated industry. So when AI, with AI getting implemented, executed in most of the digital transformation projects, then how basically, you are making sure that we are doing the ethical use of AI and there is no leakage of information, especially the, under the GDPR, basically the data privacy and the customers' data that how are you making sure that that's, nothing is getting affected?
Yeah, there are two different things. That's actually right. So the data piracy, the Digital Personal Data Protection Act, I think the government is actually, launching. We are getting our platforms to be compliant with that. I think with respect to, GDPR sort of requirements, we need to make sure the customer data is available with us at all times, and it can be, the customer can request, what data is available from the organization, and they have the right to, own that data, or forget the data, etc., right? I think the platform should be really ready to be able to satisfy those requirements, and we are actually getting our platforms to be compliant as per the government comes up with the regulations, and more details are emerging as we speak. With respect to AI and security, and I think AI is definitely being used in various different aspects in terms of product recommendations, in terms of simplifying the reconciliations, for example, because, an organization deals with multiple data formats, the formats can be intelligently processed, and, we can have define a universal format, and, these AI can help, mapping various formats into the common format. But security is a different, I think it's a very standard, foolproof security. As when it comes to security, we employ multiple layers of security, right? I think when the data is at rest, what kind of security, protection is employed, right? Whether data is in motion, what type of security, things are in place, like, firewalls and, encryption and, those protocols that, make sure that's as per very securely. So, I think, there are multiple layers that we use in terms of protecting the customer.
Sure. As we all know, security is a journey and not a destination. Like cyber threats are always evolving. Like each time a new technology is introduced, a new vulnerability arises. So it's like cybercrime has become a sophisticated enterprise now.
Right.
That's how the environment is. Coming back to the business part of it. So, with your extensive experience working with the national and international brands, what key learnings have you gained that maybe you have contributed to your success at Zopper?
Sure. I think a big part of the organization is that are globally present. They had a very mature sort of a thought process, and I had a very great learning from all the organizations that I worked in the past. Right. To name a couple of things that 2 or 3 things that actually stuck to me is I think one of the aspects is to simplify the complexity. Right. I think when we want to develop a product for our customers, there is always a simple approach, right? We take the MVP approach because the time to market needs to be very short, and we take it in phases. Like we have an incremental approach, so a complex problem can be broken down into simple things and address them, right? The other thing is like fall in love with with the problem, not the solution, right? Because the solution is always evolving, right? You identify the pain point, right? You know that is a pain point that is there for a year to stay. You have a product market fit, absolute product market fit. There are various ways to build solutions to that, right? And these two are very key. And third thing that I want to also that I also learned from bigger organizations that as the organization grows, it's very important for us to have very continuous and a sustained innovation, right? When I think this is the only way to be future-proof, right? I think we need to disrupt ourselves, right? I think we need to question ourselves: is the solution good enough, right? And then start building it incrementally. Innovate, bring in new ideas, talk to the customer, be nimble, ask those questions, to the customers and see, and make data-driven decisions and look at data in terms of, what they say and, make decisions based on that. So, all these are great learnings that, we had, in the past, and, it helps us to implement, it helps me to implement that at Zopper, right? I think, we continuously experiment, build products, evolve, talk to our, partners and, look at user behavior, and continuously evolve our products. And, I think, that's how, we implement those learnings in Zopper.
Oh, that's fantastic. So, what opportunities do you foresee for the companies and startups in this space?
Sure. I think, when I mentioned that, I think there's only 4% penetration, let's say if it goes to even 7%, 8%, it's a massive opportunity. It's a big opportunity, right? I think, one of the things that, the technology can play a big role. I can give you a UPI example, right? In UPI, I think digital way of transferring money existed even before UPI came into existence, right? What an UPI, did, it is a game changer. It's very simple to use. I think the way you transfer money, in a few seconds, and, people give them contacts, or you just, scan a QR code. The technology has become so, I admit it's so easy, so simple, right? And it enables mass adoption. You can see millions and millions of transactions a day, because the technology is so simple and easy to use. And, that's the whole mantra for me, right? I think, I always remember that technology serves people, right? I think, the advice that I would give for any startup is to focus on building solutions that are user-centric, it's very accessible to people, and solves a real-world problem. I think, it's the technology needs to be very simple and, and easy to use. And, the rest is magic. I think you can see the scale and adoption happen, and it will follow. Yeah.
Yeah. So could you share a specific example of an innovative solution or project that you have spearheaded at Zopper and the impact of it had on the company's growth and development?
Sure. So, I think at Zopper, there are a few things that we have done, right? We have built what we call as an open API stack, right? So APIs, stacks, form the foundational, infrastructure for us. Those are the building blocks. So what we have done at Zopper is to create this, open API tech stack right? Which actually, encapsulates all the complexities underneath and digitizes the entire life cycle of the insurance, journey. To enable those open APIs, we have innovated, come up with like common data models, a data lake, and the AI-assisted, product recommendations, AI-assisted, product approach, where we can personalize, configure the product, deliver a tailor-made solution to our customers, stitch together a journey that, actually the partner is looking for, because not every one product solution doesn't fit all, right? I think you need to make sure the product kind of, can be customizable, and, we can stitch together this journey that, I think the ecosystem partner is looking for, right? There are a few other examples as well. Let's say, hey, I think for bank assurance platform that we are working with, a couple of quite a number of banks. We implement what we call as the contextual triggers in branch experience. We can better that in branch experience where a customer walking into the branch, what kind of interaction they can have with the branch manager or with any of the bank executives, right? Also many other small innovations like, there are multiple products the bank may be selling. The proposal forms for each of these products could be, different. So we implemented a, dynamic, form renderer that actually, depending on the product, the forms can be customized for various products. And universal suitability matrix is another example where we have actually, created a suitability matrix across products, across insurers, right? That is very specific to the particular partner, right? All these are smaller innovations within our existing product. I think, that's what is very important, I think, to make sure that we understand the need of our partners and bring in solutions that actually is going to be, very, very, relative and usable for them, right? So I think, that's been some of the, implementation examples from Zopper.
Yeah. So how many partners you have presently, and what is the market share that you're enjoying right now? And maybe, what would be in 2024 as a target?
I think we have more than 300 plus partners that we're working with. In terms of market share, I wouldn't be able to, give you a number because I don't have a top of my head. But I think, for 2024, on the future, promises to be very exciting, and it is definitely going to be transformative, right? Exciting. Why? Because, I think, Zopper is going to play a very key role in actually, implementing or democratizing this, insurance, the digital transformation of our ecosystem partners. We have seen a lot of, need and partner, excitement as well. That the moment when we launch, I can see the excitement in them. Hey, I think, they can compare the world before and the digitized world, how the new world look like. It promises to be very, very exciting. And I think when it comes to in terms of evolution, the transformation, that we talk about, we have been implementing solutions for various digital partners. Now I think these solutions are coming together, and it's going to evolve into a robust platform. So I think from Zopper's standpoint, I think we are making sure that I think all of these solutions that come together as a platform and evolves into something very strong and robust, product offerings to one.
Yeah, sure. So as someone known for you, your focus on growth and development, what strategies do you believe are essential for fostering innovation and driving success within the Insurtech sector?
I think, in any sector, right? I think, there are, 2 or 3 traits that, I think will make one, more successful, because I believe that there is no substitute for hard work, right? I think one has to hustle, right? And, I think, as any aspiring leader, right, one has to have that, grow the both tech acumen and business acumen, right? I think we probably need to immerse ourselves in the technology, that has been evolving around us, right? And understand the market need, like what the business requirements are, and then, see how we can build products and converge these two and simplify our partner world, right? And, enhance, your decisions based on data, right? Embrace data. You need to build systems that can give you that data to make those decisions, right? I think those are very important aspects. And as a leader, one has to lead with vision and empathy. I always believe in, leading with, a vision, and then having empathize with the people you work with, either be customers, the employees, your team. right? I think find a why. I think why are we building? What is the what purpose of this existence of the product or the solution that you're giving the customer, and then be true to that and address the address the core issues. And it's very important to give those wow moments for our customers, right? I think we are working towards simplifying our customer problems and digitize, give them a new world that they have not seen.
Yeah, sure. So, in your opinion, what are the most significant challenges, facing the industry today, and how can companies navigate, which is much more important, to overcome these challenges?
Well, in terms of overcoming the challenges, I think innovation is the key, right? We always need to take a customer first approach, right? Understand the customer needs. I think, in all the products that you're building, you probably, need to figure out, what is the customer, put the customer at the heart of it, right? And then evolve your thinking, from being, from within there, right? I think that will solve a lot of, problem for you. And I think, you will be building a product that's actually very, very relevant to the customers. And, I think the innovation, the ideas that you keep innovating new ideas, it's not always, building, new products all the time. The innovation can be as small as like, how can I make a product recommendation? How can I make sure that, the available data, I can use the available data, improve the customer journey, right? There are multiple steps along the way, that could be interesting things that, we could do. So, those are, key aspects that I will look into.
So, generally, what are the challenges that the sector is facing?
I think in terms of challenges, I think, go to market. I think if I talk to our ecosystem partners, because the new world is so, exciting and, I think it simplifies a lot of problems. The solution need to be implemented in a very short period of time. They want this, I think the solution to be available. It's a complex solution, by the way. Complexities come in terms of the number of product integrations, right? Complexities come in terms of integration with insurance partners, bringing together multiple systems. Like, I think, the partners may have existing platforms like an existing CRM system, HRMS system, maybe their, Active Directory system, or even their, BI analytics system, right? I think we need to stitch together a journey that seamlessly works together, all of the existing systems and a new system that we are going to implement for them, right? So the digital transformation, the whole process is actually, it's a time consuming. At the same time, the go-to-market expectations are, really, really, very short and from the customer standpoint. So that has been the biggest challenge. I think, we need to, come up with, platforms that, can be ready to deploy, right? We're working with, partnership with the insurers to make sure those plans, those, products, the insurance products that we are offering to our partners, they're ready available out of the box, right? I think, we are trying to innovate, our internal process as well to see how we can, enable our partners to go to market in a very short period of time. So the challenges are when it comes to, the product delivery, I think the timelines and, bringing together a very seamless journey for the customer, I think, those are small challenges.
So, what is your secret sauce?
My secret sauce is my smile. It is not. I mean, I'm not saying my smile is good or beautiful or whatever it is, but I think no matter I think I have a very calm demeanor, right? My approach to problem solving is take it when you are in a calm space, in a calmer mind. I think decisions can be taken. Right decisions can be taken. So no matter what the pressure is, no matter what the situations are, I always have that demeanor to smile and I think keep the smile and have the look at what needs to be done next, right? So take it. That's a secret sauce. I think we probably need to the number of projects that we do, the number of partnerships that we are that we're working with. There has been immense amounts of action taking place, and I think for me, being very agile, being able to make quicker decisions, and trying to figure out a quicker way to launch a product, understand the customer need. Those are required. Required for us to be calm and make the right decisions at the right time. So that I think is the secret.
Yeah, we can very well understand the kind of pressure as being a chief technology officer it is. And that too with so many challenges being in Insurtech, that is not an easy thing. So being calm is the secret sauce. Okay.
Under pressure.
Yeah. So how do you see the future of insurance and what role do you see Zopper playing in shaping that future?
See, Zopper definitely is, in the forefront and when it comes to, technology as a technology provider. So we are evolving ourselves in, being a solution provider to being a partner, like a risk assessment partner or an digital insurance partner, right? So, the partners that we work with, look at not just one solution, one time, implementation of things. They look at, partnerships and, Zopper, being doing this for many, many years. We understand the space very, very intimately. Like, we have built products. We work with many customers. We understand the space, really well. And, all the solutions that we have built over the period of last few years are coming together really well in terms of, giving them a very, holistic approach, right? Holistic solution, the end-to-end, right from the initial, lead management to all the way compliance and reporting and, all that, audit and, whatever needs to be taken care of by the customer. So, those are some of the things, and Zopper can play a very key role in also being, if I take embedded insurance as one of the areas, right? I think, we have seen the market that, I think embedded insurance can be embedded in, any journeys, like, any e-commerce platforms or, any of the fintech, microfinance loans that are being given out, the insurance policies can be given out or embedded within another product journey, right? So we have evolved. We have many customers that in that embedded insurance, and we are actually building a whole holistic platform around that as well, where it'll be easy to use in like a no code platform, like ready for integration. For our partner within another journey. I think these are all nitty-gritties within the product integrations, and I think we have readily available and customizable product offerings. And I think Zopper is very well poised to making huge contributions in this.
Yeah, sure. So with your career spanning over 2 decades, what advice would you give to aspiring technology leaders looking to make an impact in your industry?
Okay, so as I said, the advice are, I think there's no substitute for hard work, right? I think that's something very core and true to me, right? I think we probably need to, hustle, right? Hustling is the only way to get things done. That's my advice. And also, I think if in a startup or over doing a startup, I think user-centric, is very important. If I think, have a view of what the customer pain points that they're solving. And bring in a technology that actually simplifies that, right? I think solve one problem and then kind of land and expand the kind of a strategy, right? I think those are hustling, hard work, and I think simplify customer problems and give a simple technology or process.
Sure. So finally, what are some key takeaways or insights that you hope our audience will gain from today's discussion on innovation in Insurtech?
Oh, sure. I think innovation is not something new and shiny thing that needs to get built. Innovation is something that actually, small things that we can do along the way, right? I think, that's one of the key takeaways that I want to, probably, have the audience to take from this. And, I think I mentioned about customer first. I think I've spoken enough about it. And so, key thing is the decisions that needs to be taken should be data-driven, right? I think those are the 2 or 3 key things that I think, I would like the audience to take away from this conversation.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much for sharing those valuable insights and perspectives on the industry. It was a complete pleasure and honor having you today on the CXO.
Thank you so much for having it. It was a great discussion. Thanks, Kalpana, for doing this. Thank you. Appreciate it.
For more updates from CXO TV, please like and subscribe to our channel.